Hey campers, George here, back in the man cave. Looking at another sharp and shiny. This guy from Flissa Knives. Yeah, Flissa Knives. Hadn't ever looked at them before. Just happened to find them when I was surfing Amazon. Let's check it out. So I'm talking about this guy from Flissa. And all they say is, it's a folding knife. That's all they say. And there's actually more to it than just a folding knife. For a change, it's not a flipper. Well, not a finger flipper anyway. So like I said, they just called it a folding knife. Now, I'm sure it has a model number. Let me see if I can find one. On the box here, it says F014042A. So there you go. That's all they say about it. I looked up there, I found out more about it, obviously the description and everything on, and the specs, and it's not a bad knife. It's solid, it's nice and clean. You can see the skins are nice, smooth, there's no gaps or anything. Seems pretty solid. Nice, like I said, it's a nice looking blade. It's a clip point, I would assume, by this long drop down here. And then it has this huge opening for your thumb. And then, of course, the first thing, you notice is this, which is the Axis safety lock. They have that on there. And it works pretty well. I like the way the knife just drops right in like that. Look at that. Now, opening it, though, is a problem for me. I think my thumb is just too short. But that might just be me, or I'm out of practice. And it closes nicely. It's nice and quiet. The way it opens, it's smooth. I have no problem with the way it opens. It doesn't make any noise, and it's nice and smooth. It does, I'm looking in here, and it doesn't have that detent thing on it. So, that's a little different. It is a G10 handle, black, you can see there, and if you look carefully at it, it does have those marks on it, so it does give it a bit of grip. It does have a pocket clip, and yes, I think on this one, nope, I'm wrong. I thought that you could switch it. You can't. It's just one-sided, and as you can see, tip up, which means when it's in your pocket, the tip is up. It looks pretty solid in there, but I know I did flick it and it did come out. Let's see if I can get it to do it. There you go, look at that. It takes a good flick to do it. And that, that concerned me at first because I thought it's tip up in your pocket. And if that flops open, put your hand in there, you're going to stab. And let me tell you, look at that. That's a nice point on there. Look at that grind. The grind is pretty good on this. The edge, the cutting edge, it's very nice. And the blade, of course, it's D2 steel. It's nice. I like it. And I've seen them on Amazon, and I, just flipped by them because I wasn't really looking for this type of knife. Then I saw this one. I thought, it's time for me to have a look at them. It's pretty well made. It's nice and smooth. It's very clean, simple. Nothing fancy about it. And looking at the clip here, and oh, that is a stiff clip. It's going to stick in your pocket like crazy. So that's probably a good thing. It's a long clip and it looks pretty deep. It's going to go deep. You're going to have a little bit sticking out, but not a lot, not a problem. I like it. I really, and the blade, let me see if I can get this to open one-handed. Yeah, I did. And like I said, that blade is very modernish. When I look at blades like this, I get a Star Wars-ish feeling about myself. So let's take some measurements here. Just say hi to Mary. She's having her moments today. See what I mean? Yeah. So I had to get Mary to lie down. So the blade, it does have a choil. And it even has a small ricasso on there. Now, from the tip to that choil is exactly 3 inches. A reasonably flat blade. I mean, it does curve up slightly, but I like the blade style. I'm kind of getting into these new style blades. It's well made. It's clean. It's very modern looking, which I like. I have to say I like that. Overall length, I'm going to say it's 7 1/8. 7 inches. Pretty comfortable. I kind of like the feel. And it's pretty light. That was another thing, even with the D2 steel. And, you know, that blade, I like the blade. Is it sharp? Got to cut something. So I got a piece of paper here. Let's see how sharp it is. It looks pretty sharp to me. It's slicing this paper pretty good. So no problem there on cutting paper. I know it's not a true test, but at least it makes me feel like they tried. You know, I was thinking about this the other day, and at work I cut a lot of cardboard, so I don't know why I cut paper for you. So I found me a piece of cardboard. Where it cut? Oh yeah, it cuts into it. It's a pretty thick piece of cardboard, and it's kind of furry and whatever, and it slices right into it. So I can't complain about that. Will it cut a piece of wood? Probably. You ready? Catch. Catching them? No? Cuts the wood. Thing's getting a little beat up. So it does the job. Will it cut a piece of paper now that I hit the wood? No problem. It is D2 steel, so I'm not shocked there. It's kind of surprising to me. When I looked at it, I didn't really think I'd like it. The only thing I struggle with is this. By the way, in the description, they do say it's a manual opening, so let's see if I can get it. You know, one day I'll get this right. I got it. I don't know why I struggle with that so much. I find that when I push up with my thumb, my hand slides down. Me and my grubbies, what can I say? And of course it closes really nice. Nice EDC. It's pretty enough to be a step out EDC or your everyday or at work. It looks pretty sturdy, G10 handle, so don't see a problem there, and it is nice and clean. And it sits in there nice and straight, dead center. You see that? Very nice. How much did I pay for it? That much. Not going to break the bank with that. It's still within my limit. You know, it does have a little bit of tension on it there, watch. See that? So it does have a nice little spring on the axis. It's not tight, which I like. A lot of the access locks, I've found this to be, the spring on this is just too hard for me. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. You know I'm going to be back, right? I've got me some sharp and shinies I want to share with you, and this was one of them. I've got a couple of others, and I do still have to work my way through that Smith & Wesson stuff that they sent me. There's some pretty cool stuff there. In fact, there's a folder in there that I think I'm going to show you next. So, just saying. You all be safe out there. Especially with these sharp and shinies. And the point on this sucker, you're going to have to be real careful with. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.